Hello everyone and welcome to the latest Tempo Storm Wild Meta Snapshot breakdown. The meta game has revolved around Secret Mage since the release of Savers of Uldum, but at the top levels of ladder, a new threat has developed to overtake Secret Mage as the best deck of the meta. We're talking about SnipSnap Warlock, and it has become the format's premier combo deck. But SnipSnap and Secret Mage aren't the only powerful things to do in the format. From controlling Reno decks to over-the-top aggression decks and everything in between, it's still a wide open format, so join us as we take a look at the best decks in Wild. Before we go over these latest developments, don't forget to subscribe to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone YouTube channel to stay up to date with our Hearthstone content. Now let's get started with Tier 1. At the top of Tier 1, SnipSnap Warlock has risen to prominence as the new deck to beat in Wild. Utilizing the combo of Summoning Portal, Mech Warper, and SnipSnap to build a board of massive threats or deliver an instant KO, this combo deck has been the go-to deck for serious top legend Wild grinders in the weeks following the post-Savior's balance change. It utilizes life tap and cycling draw cards to draw through the deck quickly, and thanks to Warlock's cheap and powerful removal options, it can usually stay alive long enough to assemble its combos. With so much power and consistency, the Wild community has taken notice and is adjusting to beat it. Reno decks can find outs to the combo via Kazakus and Zephrys, and cards like Ice Block and Mass Dispel that can help you dodge the OTK or deal with wide boards are quickly becoming staples. Still, the deck is approaching Big Priest levels of notoriety, and we expect the deck to remain a major player in the meta as long as it's unaffected by any balance changes. Secret Mage may not be the undisputed top deck anymore, but that doesn't mean it's down and out. It remains the most popular deck in Wild, and its combination of board control, face damage, and late-game inevitability makes it one of the most consistent ways to climb. With the rise of SnipSnap, Secret Mages are embracing Ice Block and Loatheb to buy time and stifle development against Warlocks. As for its place against the rest of the meta, Secret Mage's popularity has forced widespread adjustment, with the community abandoning Secret Mage's best matchups and embracing Eater of Secrets as a universal tech against it. Even with such a large target on its back, Secret Mage is so powerful that it maintains its position as one of the strongest decks in Wild. Odd Rogue rounds out Tier 1 as the format's strongest and most popular tempo-based aggro deck. With the upgraded hero power and the pirate package alongside other high-tempo minions, Odd Rogue gains dominance over the board and pushes damage quickly. Ever since the disappearance of wide board aggro decks, we're seeing less emphasis in broad board control, leading to some interesting developments with the archetype. Ironbeak Owl has returned as the go-to silence option to neutralize buffed mechs and large taunts, and Small Time Buccaneer is a blast from the past that's seeing some play as a high-attack 1-drop that plays well with Magic Carpet. Odd Rogue has a strong capacity to adjust itself with the times, and is sure to remain a format staple in the foreseeable future. Our Tier 2 picks are among the best decks of the meta, but have a less dominating matchup spread than Tier 1. In this snapshot, we have 3 Reno decks and Mech Hand Buff Paladin taking charge at the top of the tier. Let's take a look. Besides Secret Mage and SnipSnap Warlock, Mech Hand Buff Paladin is the other breakout deck of the expansion and has become the most popular Paladin archetype on ladder. The deck seeks to build colossal threats by buffing mechs like Anoyotron and Flying Machine, with cards like Grime Street Outfitter and Smuggler's Run, along with magnetic minions that have also received those buffs. Fueled by Mech Warper, Galvanizer, and Crystology, Paladin can assemble these threats quickly, making it particularly strong against Secret Mage. Against other decks, its linear game plan and weakness to silence and removal makes it a less consistent choice for ladder than our Tier 1 picks. Still, this deck can overwhelm the board faster than anything in the format and can beat virtually anything with a reasonable draw. Next up, we have Reno Mage. Of all the decks built around Reno and Kazakus, Mage received the most substantial upgrades from Savers of Uldum, with Reno the Relicologist in addition to Zephrys the Great giving Mage some of the strongest anti-aggro tools in Wild. With Iceblock buying time against fast damage and OTKs, Polymorph as the ultimate silence, and the classic Frost Nova plus Doomsayer combo, Reno Mage has the tools to dig itself out of any situation. Mage's struggle against the inevitability of Warlock combo decks keeps it out of Tier 1 for now, but its solid matchups against Secret Mage and Odd Rogue in particular still make it an excellent choice for ladder. Joining Mage, we have Reno Lock, which is another excellent example of a strong control deck anchored by Reno Jackson, Kazakus, and Zephrys the Great. This archetype's excellent suite of removal options and healing give it the time it needs to go the distance with late-game win conditions like Blood Reaver Golden and Xenoth the Corruptor. Like Mage, Reno Warlock is great against aggro, but it tends to lose the race against SnipSnap Warlock, relying heavily on disruptive tools like Dirty Rat, Deathlord, and Gnome Feratu to give it a fighting chance. With that being said, Reno Warlock's great matchups against everything else makes it the deck of choice for any Warlock player that wants to stay away from SnipSnap. Closing out our Tier 2 spotlight, we have Reno Priest. This archetype has seen its stock increase recently with strong results on the Legend ladder. Like the other Reno decks, it combines the Highlander power cards with a strong removal suite to keep a tight leash on the board. Unlike the other Reno decks, Reno Priest abandons grindy control win conditions in favor of the classic combo of Raza the Chained and Shadow Reaper Anduin. When combined with Prophet Velen or Spawn of Shadows, the Priest can rack up damage quickly. With the disappearance of armor classes from the format and the popularity of life-tapping Warlocks in particular, the Raza Anduin damage combo is a lot stronger than it's been in a long time, so we expect this deck to become more relevant as the meta continues to develop. Our final deck of this spotlight is Mechathoon Warlock. In a world where SnipSnap is the combo enabler of choice, the Mechathoon combo can seem like old news, but some recent developments at high legend ranks suggest that the deck has a lot of potential. Against aggro decks, the classic combo of Voidcaller into Voidlord stops minion pressure in its tracks, and Warlock's class removal buys plenty of time to reach your endgame with Mechathoon. The most exciting thing our featured list brings to the table is improved odds against SnipSnap. With 2 copies of Twisting Nether and the ability to play it early with Bloodbloom, you can deal with wide SnipSnap boards, and early Voidlords go a long way towards blocking the OTK. Once the early SnipSnap combos are stifled, the game becomes a race to draw your deck before the enemy can draw theirs and pull off their own Mechathoon. This deck has an edge in the Mechathoon race thanks to Hemet Jungle Hunter, whose battlecry strips cheap cards out of the deck so you can reach the end of it ASAP. With this improved inevitability and reasonable matchups against other strong decks like Secret Mage, now's a great time to give Mechathoon Warlock a try. In conclusion, after weeks of Secret Mage dominating the ladder after Savers of Uldum, the meta has evened out, with SnipSnap Warlock dethroning Mage as the deck to beat, and Mech Handbuff Paladin and the Reno decks maintaining a strong presence. We've only scratched the surface of what Wild has to offer in this video, so be sure to check out the full snapshot for more details. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel to keep an eye on Wild developments, and let us know in the comments where you think the Wild meta will end up next. Thanks for watching!